All right, John. So my name is Mike here, and I am the finance manager that I'm gonna help you. How's your day going so far? Yeah, good. Okay, right on. So I know that you're buying your 2026 Corolla. Congratulations, Mike. That's great news. You know, of course, you want to make sure that you keep your investment in a good shape, right? You want to make sure you're taking care of it. How long you gonna have the car for? And what do you think beside answering that question, do you do city driving, do you do highway driving? Just tell me more about what's your behavior is going to be with the car. Do you have kids? Can you tell me a little bit more? Well, yeah, we're so excited, me and my wife, and the little kid. Yeah, we were very excited. We want to buy this. You know, we bought this 2026 Corolla. We're so happy with it. We love the color. We love everything about the car. I can't wait to pick it up. Now, you've asked me if what I'm gonna be driving, like city or highway. Well, I'll be driving a little bit both. I live about 45 minutes away from my work. So I'll be driving 401 Express. So it's gonna be busy, as you know, rush hour. Sometimes I take the train to work, but most of the time it's gonna be city driving. Sometimes we do go on long trips. That's one thing. Now, how long are we gonna keep the car for? I don't know. We're the type of people that, you know, probably gonna keep the car for 4 or 5 years. Maybe expecting a baby and another baby in maybe 4 to 5 years. We don't know yet, but I would say yeah, maybe 4 years. We'll keep the car 4 or 5 years, then we can possibly trade it in or sell it. It's not clear so far, but for now, I'm just excited to get into the new car. Like when am I gonna get the car? I want to get it. I can't wait. I want to see the car in my driveway. I just want to drive in and drive away from the dealership. It's been like hours now. I want to, you know, take that car home. I love your excitement, John. I love your excitement. Well, a couple of things that a lot of my customers do. 80% of the customers do in order to keep their vehicle in a good shape, because you should protect your investment. Okay. Now, since you've mentioned you do long drives, definitely I would say to just we have a program where you know we are going to get you the best rate possible. Okay. Now we'll see what the rate will be from the bank, and based on your credit score, based on your credit utilization, you know, your credit card limits, your income versus your debt. This is how we're gonna determine what your rate is gonna be, okay? And I promise I'm gonna get you the best rate possible. I've been in business for over 10 years, so I know how to get good rates, okay? Now, that's one thing. The second thing here, I would definitely recommend you have the tire warranty, because you going on long trips, like you said, something could happen, and your tire could blow up. You know how much, John, for a new tire nowadays? What, $300-400? So why would you want to pay for that? Okay. So that's what I would recommend. Definitely also the warranty. Now these cars nowadays, they break a lot, right? The screens can go bad, the sensor can go bad. It costs you at least $1,000 for that, just to replace a sensor. Now also keep in mind, you know, the vehicle is not built like it was built 20 years ago or 10 years ago, or they last forever. They don't last forever. So a lot of my customers, what they do, they would take the 7 to 8 years warranty, 120,000 kilometer. So even it's transferable when you're trading the car. So you can pass that warranty to another customer. Okay. So that's what a lot of my customers do. So you should definitely have that. And from what I can see, you're paying what, 358 right now. So it's only going to be 391. You're protecting your investment. You're getting also the rust protection, because think about it, right? I have a car here that I'm going to show you. So if you see here where the rust starts, the rust starts from here. Okay, so it starts right from the fender, at the bottom of the fender, and then start getting to your doors. Okay, and once it get to the doors, now we have a material that I can show you, that this material, what it would do, it would literally eat your vehicle, John. And we're in winter in Canada. We're not in the US. We're not in Texas. I wish we were in Texas, but it's going to start from here, and then it's going to go to the rest of the vehicle, to your doors. So it's a package that we guarantee it for 10 years. the rust protection. Okay, so again, it's all in your payment, so don't worry, we're not going to charge you over for what I told you, the $391. So that's for the rust protection. Now for the rim, if you've noticed, these rims are, you know, expensive. Those 4 rims can cost well over $2,000. So let's say, you know, we have a lot of potholes in the streets, you're driving and you hit a pothole. What happened? Your rim is gonna bend, and guess what? You'll have to come up with $1,000 or $800 to just fix one rim. Now, it happens more than you think. So that's also in the payment that we've discussed. Yeah, that's it. Another big one the customers also take is the gap insurance, right? Now the gap insurance, let's say you're driving your beautiful car and you hit a car and the car's total loss. Okay, now in this situation, you know, your car now is total loss, you owe money on the car, is that you'll have negative equity, right? So that negative equity need to be covered. How are you going to come up with that money? Okay, so that's why the gap insurance is so important. We sell it to all of our customers. Majority of the customers take it. Along with the life insurance and disability insurance, we do also have the income loss insurance. I mean, you never know what tomorrow might bring, right? So definitely that's all packaged here for you. So you're all set, your investment's protected. That's it, John. Now, I have few slots here. I'm really busy this week. Early next week will be the best I can do. With 3 or 4 p.m. works for you. What you should expect from the finance manager. Okay, Sharif, help me out. What happened here? Okay, so first of all, I took a couple of notes down myself. So I'm making 3 versions of myself. Now, the finance manager asked some questions. Please guys, comment, like, subscribe to the channel. Please comment on this video. I'd love to hear from you. What could have been done different? What could our customer, Mike, do different? And what did you feel suspicious about the finance manager, John, telling and asking Mike, the customer? I'm Sharif from DRVAWAY, okay? I know we all look alike. So, finance manager right now said, okay, how long are you going to keep your car for? Well, we know the customer is going to keep the car for 4 years. They still sold the customer a 7 years, 120,000 kilometer warranty. Now, there's absolutely no need for that. Since the customer's only going to have the car for 4 years and it's a Toyota, the customer should have checked that warranty, the power warranty and the comprehensive warranty, bumper to bumper warranty. What does it include? What does it cover? How long is it for? So that's the first thing. The third thing, the interest rate. Well, our customer Mike didn't sound knowledgeable about the rates. He didn't look at the manufacturer website. So you can tell the finance manager kept going. He assumed everything, right? The finance manager did not take the permission of the customer. He just kept going, right? So the finance manager made it sound like a big deal. Oh, we gotta check your credit and we have to check your this and that and this and that and all jargons and terms and algorithms that the finance manager said. Well, I know those things because I used to work as a finance manager for 3 years. I was a lending officer at one of the big 5 banks. So in this situation, guys, you know, how can the customer know what interest rate should he get? Because the finance manager made it sound like it's gonna be a lot of work. Whoa. Finance manager, save my life, please. I'm drowning. And that's not the case. So the situation right now is Mike, the customer, should have knew the interest rate, should have knew his credit, and should have said, if you're not getting me prime rate, I'm out. I'm not gonna do the deal. Okay? Another thing, sometime for you as a customer to learn about the buy rate, which is the rate that the bank represents to the finance manager, you should ask the finance manager to print you the approval from the bank. Because the approval from the bank will show the interest rate, which is the buy rate. Okay? And it should match what is on the manufacturer website, which is the prime rate. Okay? Now, I don't want to get into subprime deals right now. I'm just focusing on prime deals, okay? And the word prime sounds so fancy. It just means nothing. You know, psychologically, when people read or hear, oh, prime rate, oh, I have to have like a over 800 credit. Absolutely not. If you have 650, 680, you can get it. Okay, the finance manager need to do some extra work to make your application strong application to the bank. Okay, so he can get a good rate. Now the questions about credit utilization, debt to income ratio, these are common questions finance manager should ask just to assess the risk of the application. And that's the bank really is what assess that. The finance manager, he just submit that to the bank. Okay. Now, so yeah, you should ask the finance manager for the approval document. Okay, make sure you ask about that. Or the approval sheet from the bank, so you know what the buy rate is. And buy rate is your interest rate, annual interest rate. Now, they start asking about questions. Do you do city driving? Do you do long driving, right? Like trips. The customer said, our customer Mike said, yes, sometimes I would do long drives, right? But that's not the habit. That's not common, right? So he sold him a tire and rim warranty, and then he illustrated and he brought his fancy yellow supercar that I can't find right now, and he brought it and he said, hey, you see this car? So psychologically, right? It's all psychological thing, right? To make you focus on certain things. Because your mind cannot grab everything, right? So he sold him tire rim warranty. There was really no need for it. Unless, you know, your city, you have tons of potholes. But even with potholes, I mean, also the rim, an extra rim doesn't cost $1,000. That's just BS. The rust protection. Did you guys see how he even explained how the rust work? This is not how the rust work. Now, where the rust start from? Yeah, it start from the bottom and from the doors, right? That's why, if you notice, when they do the undercoating, which is the rust protection, they do it on the door handles. Like, you open the door, inside the door, right? The door handles, like inside, like in the body, right? So, but he's trying to paint a picture. He's trying to make the customer imagine things, right? Now, don't get me wrong. Those things are good products if they're going to keep the car for a long time, and if they don't have the huge markup that the dealership charge the customers. Like, the markup is crazy on these rust protection, paint protection, warranties, super high. Sometimes it's a 50% markup. It's crazy, guys. It's crazy. And the interest rate, right? They also get kickbacks on the interest rate from the banks, okay? Now, the payments, right? If you've noticed, the finance manager kept focus on the payments, okay? All right, guys, so that's it for today's video. Sharif from the negotiation desk is here to help you. I'd love to get your comments below. Sharif here from DRVAWAY negotiation desk. I got some food on the oven here. On the oven, well, in the oven. I have French fries in the oven, and I have on the top, I have on the stove, I'm making some ground beef. Okay, well, guys, thank you so much for watching. Sharif from DRVAWAY negotiation desk. Again, happy to help you guys. I want to be the go-to for when it comes to your deals, car deals. Okay, you're buying a car from a dealership, used or new. You're also buying a car from a private sale, like a private seller. I'm happy to help. I'm happy to be with you and make sure that you're saving yourself the time, the stress, the anxiety, the back and forth, the jargons, right? The conversation of not understanding what's going on, because you might do good on something, like you might get a good discount on the MSRP, but you completely forgot that the gap insurance and the life insurance and the disability insurance, you should get that from the actual insurance provider, not from the dealership, because the dealership does have high margins on the gap, life, and disability insurance. Some of these insurance are good insurance products, but you should get them from the insurance provider, not from the dealership. Dealership will have high markup. Guys, thank you so much. Appreciate your following, appreciate the, your likes, your clicks. I really want to help spread a good message and make an impact on the community, the car community. Love you all. You're the best. Sharif from Negotiation Desk. Have a great night. Thank you for watching.